Imagine that some of your sharpest skills grew from where you least expected them. From danger, unpredictability, and moments when you had to read people to stay safe. That kind of sharpness has a name in psychology: traumatic intelligence. It is rare, it is quiet, and it often feels like a mix of blessing and burden. This video is for people who recognize parts of themselves in that description. It is for those who have a strange, precise sense for others' moods, for those who solve crises without panic, for those who feel everything more fully. If any of this lands, know this first: your survival created very real capacities. They deserve recognition. They also deserve care. Sign 1. You can read a room before anyone speaks. You step into a space and your body registers a shift. A shoulder tightens. A smile is a fraction of a degree off. You notice a pause that carries more meaning than a sentence. This is not mystical intuition. It is pattern recognition honed by repetition. If your early environment was unstable, your brain learned to scan faces, tones, and rhythms for safety cues. That skill protects you. It can also exhaust you. It helps to remember that noticing is different from fixing. You can observe the sensation in your body and choose whether to act on it. Sign 2. You feel other people's needs before they state them. You know when someone says, "I'm fine," but means something else. You detect small withdrawals, a changed laugh, a softer tone. Psychologists sometimes call this hyperempathy. It develops when a child's well-being depended on understanding caregivers' emotional states. The upside is that you become a natural support for others. The downside is mistaking others' feelings for your responsibility. A small practice can help. Name the emotion you sense internally. Then ask yourself, is this theirs or mine? That separation is a boundary. It is permission to care without dissolving. Sign 3. You become calm in crisis. While others freeze, you move. You inventory what's wrong and list possible actions. This is stress inoculation. Repeated exposure to high stakes taught your nervous system how to operate under pressure. Your brain learned economy: scan, prioritize, act. People with this trait are invaluable in emergencies. Yet the flip side is tolerance for chaos. Calm in a crisis can make everyday danger feel tolerable, even when it isn't. Learning to differentiate true threats from habitual alertness helps you choose rest as a deliberate option, not a reward you wait for. Sign 4. You analyze human behavior relentlessly. You replay conversations. You file away small inconsistencies. You study motives like a detective. This habit grew because understanding unpredictable people protected you. With time, it becomes intellectual curiosity. It can also become rumination. The difference lies in intent. If your analysis aims to predict and protect, it helps. If it becomes a loop that prevents intimacy, it harms. Try turning analysis into inquiry. Ask open questions to others. Invite clarification rather than making conclusions alone. Sign 5. Your skills are adaptations, not flaws disguised as strengths. This matters because many people carry guilt or shame about being too sensitive or too controlling. These are descriptions forced onto survival strategies. The truth is biological. Neural circuits adapt to environment. The amygdala learns to detect danger. The prefrontal cortex learns to plan around it. Those circuits offer real advantages. They also hold the imprint of what you survived. Naming the adaptation removes moralization. It allows you to treat your skill with curiosity instead of self-criticism. Sign 6. You are fiercely self-reliant. You do not ask for help quickly. You fix things quietly. This learned independence made sense when help was inconsistent. It kept you afloat. Yet, independence can become isolation. It can create a cost in relationships. If you want a different pattern, slow, small experiments work best. Start by asking for a small favor. Notice the response. Track what changes when you allow others into your competence. These micro-practices retrain the relational muscle without betraying your need for safety. Sign 7. You experience emotions intensely. Music can bring you to tears. Injustice breaks you open. A kindness can land like sunlight on cold skin. Your emotional system learned to amplify signals. That sensitivity allows richer meaning-making and deep empathy. It also increases vulnerability to overwhelm. You might find yourself checking out to cope. Instead, try regulated expression. Name the emotion, locate it in the body, and give it a small, manageable outlet. That outlet could be writing, movement, or a stage talk with a trusted listener. Expression does not erase the feeling. It integrates it. Sign 8. You struggle to trust, yet when you trust, it is profound. Your default setting is guarded. You size up credibility before you invest. That filter has been adaptive. It reduces exposure to harm. Still, it can hinder connections that might be restorative. Think of trust as a ladder built in steps. Each step is a small, verifiable action. Allow others to climb one rung at a time. You do not owe full disclosure at once. Gradual truth-telling is safe. It lets you measure reliability without abandoning your instincts. Sign 9. Rest feels risky. Quiet moments can turn into replay. Stillness can nudge your body into readiness, not relaxation. That is because your system learned vigilance. Rest then becomes a practice that feels foreign. The work of resting is not laziness. It is reteaching safety. Start with micro rests. 2 minutes of breathing. 10 minutes of eyes closed silence. Practice signaling safety to your nervous system in small, controlled doses. Over time, your body will update the belief that quiet equals threat. Sign 10. You carry a quiet sense of meaning. Pain did not only injure you. In many cases, it sculpted a perspective. You see patterns others miss. You find significance in small acts. You hold a moral clarity that can guide choices. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth. It is not denial of hurt. It is an integration of pain into purpose. That meaning can be a source of resilience and of responsibility. Be gentle with that responsibility. Meaning can drive you to care for others, but it can also pressure you to fix too much. Maintain a soft line between care and savioring. Across these signs, certain themes repeat. Your nervous system was training in real time. Your cognitive style developed to meet a need. Your strengths are evidence of adaptation. The cost is real too. Many people with traumatic intelligence experience exhaustion, loneliness, and the constant tension between safety and openness. If you want to live with these skills more intentionally, a few gentle practices help. First, name the adaptation. Give it a label and a history. That transforms vague shame into a story you can examine. Second, build micro-experiments. Trust one person with a small truth. Rest for 2 minutes at a time. Ask for help in a limited way. These experiments do not betray survival. They extend choice. Third, practice boundary language. Short, clear phrases like, "I can help with this part," or "I need a pause." Protect energy and foster honest relationships. Fourth, find a witness. Someone who understands trauma and can reflect your experience back without judgment will be invaluable. Therapy, peer groups, or a trusted friend work. You do not have to explain until you are ready. You only need someone consistent. There is also a biologic truth worth holding. Your brain learned to be smart in a narrow way because it had to. Neuroplasticity means those patterns can shift with new experience. Repetition rewires. Safety rewires. That does not erase what you learned. It expands your options. You can keep your perceptiveness without letting it run every moment. You can remain reliable in crisis and still allow repair during calm. None of this is simple. Habits formed by survival are stubborn. They carry meaning. They also respond to careful, steady practice. What helps most is curiosity. Approach your patterns like a clinician would a case study, with questions that are gentle, not accusatory. What does this pattern protect? What is the cost? What small experiment could offer data? Curiosity transmutes guilt into possibility. If you hear this and feel relief, that is valid. If you hear this and feel anger, that is valid too. If you hear this and feel both, you are fully human. These responses do not contradict the reality that you are capable and that you have been carrying more than your share. They simply signal layers that some work and time can address. You are not broken because you adapted. You are not defined solely by what you survived. Traumatic intelligence names a set of capacities shaped by hardship. It is a way to see the contours of your inner life with more clarity. It also invites choice. What you choose next can honor both your past and your needs now. You can steward the skills you gained while also making room for rest. You can use your insight to help others without losing yourself. You can hold your history with compassion and decide, day by day, which parts to carry forward and which parts to loosen. If one sign here struck a chord, consider pausing right now. Place a hand on your chest. Breathe. Notice one capacity you have carried, and name one small experiment you could try to live with it differently. You do not need to solve everything today. You only need to begin with curiosity and kindness. Thank you for staying with this.